Welcome back to the channel. We recently had the Ubisoft Forward event and I did a video giving my opinions and stuff on it previously, but now we are going to be taking a look back through the trailer specifically for the Division 2. We're going to be looking at the Summit one and basically breaking it down, but the main focus of this is to look at Codenamed Nightmare to see if there's anything in the sneak peek that stands out. And I mean, I might miss some things, so it opens up the comments for discussions and stuff. It's going to be cool hearing your opinions on it, as you will be hearing mine throughout the video. But we're going to start this off. It's muted for the first part because there's a song playing in the background. So if we start this, there's going to be a lot of pauses, but we're going to be looking through it. So this is it's just like an image of the Skyscraper, that's the mode, or the Summit, or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to be sticking to Skyscraper. It's going to be set in New York, and they stated that it's going to be right there, new free mode for Warlords of New York. So, if you do not own the expansion, you cannot play this game mode. You have to purchase the expansion to be able to play it. But right now, like as of the time when this releases, the 22nd of this month, there is a lot to do. The game's not amazing in a lot of different ways, but there is still a lot of value for the £25 you'll be spending on the expansion. So if there's ever a time to pick up the expansion, it's going to be now, because you're going to have the most content. I don't know what's going to happen with future seasons and stuff, but all of the seasonal content as well. You can't play it if you don't own the expansion. They don't add anything into this game for players that don't have the expansion. You get access to the title updates and some of the new gear that comes in, but that is it. Whereas with the expansion, you get all the new modes and everything. So if you enjoy playing this game, £25 is all you have to pay to continue getting all the updates. But then at the same time, I totally understand why people don't want to pay that money, because most of it's just copy paste. You just have to do the same thing over, like Skyscraper. They even state it in the trailer, climb, die, repeat. You're just doing it over and over again. And this is quote unquote their replayable content. But if you like the game and you wish to continue playing it, then the expansion is what you're going to have to fork out the money for. So let's carry on with this. So you can see this is bottom floor. This is just entering the Skyscraper. They're walking up to the elevator. There's 100 floors. And you can see here they're just showing little like clips of what to expect, the enemy types. So there's like all the different factions are involved. And we go up to the Outcasts, and then you got the True Sons. The first faction was the Rikers. The Summit releases September 22nd. Then in the elevator, 100 floors to reach the top. Floor number 1, it starts off on like normal difficulty and it progresses. Difficulty, you start getting directives as you get higher. So you can see action, then we got floor 10, you got up to 19 and you're fighting, 26. You got to fight through 100 floors, that's all this game mode is. And then we eventually get higher up. The enemies look as though they're getting tougher, but they really don't. Like, they don't increase difficulty as much as they probably should. So climb, die, repeat, and you saw that when they died, they went all the way back down to 0. There is a checkpoint every 10th floor that you will be able to just, if you die, you can reset back to that checkpoint. I don't know if, like, when the checkpoints start, they might not start until floor 60. I don't know, because they was on, like, floor 40-something, or that was what they were showing us, and then they went back to 0. So, climb, die, repeat, the big Skyscraper, just your typical trailer. They always make trailers look really good. So, standing awkwardly, floor 41. So, they're just going to continue fighting. You can see all the areas. Floor 74, this is where it gets interesting. We're actually being shown rogue agents. We know they're in there. The fights are going to be fairly tough. You're in very confined spaces because you're inside a building. Back down to 71 because they died to the rogue agents. Then it just goes through different scenes of enemies and stuff, and it shows you different backgrounds. Floor 86, this starts getting legendary difficulty with the White Tusk. I don't know how that's going to play out. I didn't get to play the PTS because of the way they implemented the characters. But Legendary is going to be tough. In a very small space, them heavies have the Stinger Hives. Legendary can be tough, and especially in a small space. It's probably going to be hard, depending on your builds and your team synergy and everything. So they make it to the top, and then they encounter the like boss guy, and we know from the PTS and everything, when you get to floor 100, there are hunters. That's how it's going to play out. So they say the Summit free game mode September 22nd, but on this screen, they don't state that it's for Warlords of New York only. It is only if you have the expansion. So after this was shown, this is where the sneak peek comes in. So, looking at the image, I don't think there's going to be much. It was literally like 5 or 6 seconds. But you've got Kenley College, established 1891. Kenley College is just expedition sites, and you just have to go through different areas. I think there's, what is there, Student Union or something, Metro. There's the chapel, you go underneath the chapel to access the Diamondback. There's a few different areas. I think there's a library, or I can't remember exactly. I haven't played Kenley College for a long time because there's been nothing to do. I've got the reward from it. I've done everything there is to do in there. I'm not interested in going for all that mastery stuff with the different medals for times and all that sort of stuff. I'm not interested. But they made it all doom and gloom. And we can actually put the sound on for this bit. If I just put it on about there. So we're just hearing like an eerie sort of background noise. And then there's lightning in the background, and that's the final image. It literally ends there. But we can see that, like, there's, I don't know, I can't remember how it looks in the normal version, but doom and gloom. There's a light over on the right hand side, the truck on the left. Then we've got some signs of the enemy factions. Over here, like, we've got a load of ivy growing on the building. There's moss and everything. I don't know if this is different. I really need to go and have a look. But you can see the bodies hanging up here. And it's Codenamed Nightmare. If we just get to this bit, that's literally all we got to see. So it's a limited special event. It's coming in the winter of 2021. But I don't get it because zombies will not fit into this like game. The Division 2 should not have zombies. They did the reanimated global event, which was basically kill the enemies with a headshot or they're going to get back up once you down them. I don't want it to be anything similar to that. I don't want it to be zombies, but Nightmare, what else can it be? They're not going to put monsters in the Division 2. It's going to be some form of like a human body, whether it's the dead, undead, or whatever you want to call it, whether it's zombies. I don't know what they are doing. I don't know their plans. They're not going to talk about this until really close to the time. Everyone knows about it now as well because of this. But, like, upcoming State of the Game streams, they just won't cover it. If people are talking about it, they'll say, oh yeah, there's just a new mode coming this winter. That's all we'll get. And, obviously, because of how they handled the second raid for the game, there's a big chance this might not come in the winter. It might get delayed quite a bit, and it's supposed to come in the winter. I'm going to estimate it'll drop around June. It'll have like a 4 or 5 month delay. It'll be something crazy because I really can't see them getting this out on time. But there's not much to it. So the only things we really know so far is it's based in Kenley College, or it should be based on this like sneak peek. I think this is the Student Union building. I'm not entirely sure. You can see the bodies hanging up. I don't know what it looks like normally. Let me have a quick look. I don't want to end the video not having a clue. Okay, so based on an image, I'm just looking through someone's thumbnail. There's a lot of writing and stuff that's interfering with the image. But the bodies aren't hanging there. It's still got exactly the same, I'm going to say that's like a tarp sort of thing going across the front of it, like a tarpaulin. You still got the same like ivy growing off the building. Not much has actually changed besides the weather conditions and the lighting. That's pretty much all that has changed. It doesn't look much different at all besides the bodies hanging down. Oh, and there might be a little bit of a difference with that around this sort of area, whatever that is. It looks like it might be a pile of corpses. I don't know. But Codenamed Nightmare, the only thing I can think of at the moment is zombie related. They've done reanimated, which was basically get a headshot or they get back up. So that was some form of like the dead becoming undead or whatever. But I don't know. I'm going to leave the video there. Let me know all of your thoughts and stuff in the comments, and any other news we get in the future about this mode before it releases or drops on the PTS or whatever. I'll be sure to make another video and talk about it. But that's going to do it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching.